Welcome back to The Express at Kintec. We're learning about the technical side of running shoes here in Port Moody throughout today's show. And on today's road trip segment, we're learning about the electrical side of BC's history.
Travel along with us on the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip as we explore the many marvelous attractions and activities of beautiful British Columbia.
Millions of Vancouverites use electricity every day, but once upon a time, it was a rare luxury. Let's take a road trip and learn all about the history of power in BC.
Located in the picturesque Fraser Valley, about an hour's drive from Vancouver, the Stave Falls Powerhouse is a step back in time.
It was built for the early 1900s. It started generating December 1911, and it produced power until March of 2000.
It's a self-guided tour which takes about an hour and a half, but there are experts on hand to answer any questions.
Well, this is your control panel. Allows the operator to understand kind of what's going on in the lower floor without them actually having to be down there.
The original control panel is an impressive picture of early 20th century ingenuity, once monitoring the production of electricity for a huge area.
So in 1925, this powerhouse had the biggest system, so the biggest area that it produced power for. Went all the way to Vancouver, Bellingham, through Abbotsford, through the Clayburn Brick Village, and out past Mission to a place called McCommon Island.
The main generator room is where it all happened, housing several massive turbines that provided power for almost a century.
This is your generator. That blue thing is called your rotor. Outside gray shell is called your stator. So that's where the electricity is actually being pulled off and brought through the bottom of the generator.
With all systems operational, it was extremely loud here in the main generator room. So loud that two workers standing side by side had to use hand signals to communicate. Hearing loss was very common among people who worked here until mandatory hearing protection was established in the 80s.
The powerhouse at Stave Falls also has an extensive interactive area where you can see electricity in action, learn about the Greater Vancouver power grid, and examine wonderful old machines that spin and make noise. The powerhouse at Stave Falls is keeping history alive in a powerful way. In Mission, I'm Kendall Harris for Shaw TV.
Entertaining and informative, the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip. Weekends on Shaw TV. Always something new and exciting.
The Stave Falls Visitor Centre is open 11 to 4 daily, and you can get more information at bchydro.com. Now on The Express, it's time to talk trends on the wedding scene. The Wedding Bells have found a way to combine family tradition with a stocked bar. And in this case, the bar is stocked with candy.
Hi, I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Wedding Bells.
I just got engaged.
And I did not. We're on an adventure to plan the big day. Sarah's entire family is from England, making her the perfect British rose. The Brits have given us some of our favorite things.
From Harry Potter to Prince Harry,
Prince William,
Colin Firth as Mr. Darcy,
Hugh Grant,
and David Beckham.
Okay, let's face it, all great examples of eye candy.
Britain's really famous for candy, right?
Definitely. They've been making it for so much longer than most.
They've been doing everything for so much longer.
And this is a thing to do at weddings now too, right? Like you have a lot of people have these candy buffets at the wedding, and it's kind of fun because guests can fill their little bags with all kinds of candy.
Christina, owner of Sugar & Co., knows her stuff.
In England especially, it's every region has their own specific candy as well.
And the top 3 British candies are
the chocolate eclairs, the Scottish butterscotch, and then we've got the pink chewy bonbons.
What kind of candy does the Queen eat?
I bet you should go with the
butterscotch?
Yeah, the butterscotch.
And then we got to eating. I mean shopping.
These are my favorite, sprinkles and chocolate.
You want that one?
Okay.
I want these. And,
Oh my goodness.
I found the perfect candy for my family at my wedding. Licorice allsorts for my grandmother, pear drops for my mother, and Pontefract cakes for my grandfather.
How much candy do you think we ate during the course of this interview?
30 cents.
30 cents!
It's a bargain!
And so we stocked up. Next on our Brit list,
an English wedding tradition, hats. British people wear hats to weddings.
Popcorn, anyone? We even had our own Mad Hatter, Carrie, owner of Top It Off.
What I'm doing is actually taking the bride's memorabilia, old photos. We're going to do a layout. If we design anything, what I'm looking for is somebody with a lot of imagination and wants to wear something amazing.
It just makes a party better.
It does. It really does. It tops it off.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Then it was time for afternoon tea at the Fairmont.
Would you like a little bit of honey, or would you prefer some sugar?
Now, tea is in Sarah's blood, but not so much in my Viking gene pool. I'm going to pour the milk. Is it cream or milk?
It's milk.
I'm not cut out for sophistication.
I can't take this girl anywhere. My real British family doesn't talk like this at all.
How do they talk?
More like Coronation Street.
How's that? No.
We're having a tea ceremony during my ceremony to pay homage to Jodie's parents, and then it's going to be Earl Grey tea. Bada bang!
Birdcage, birdhouse, so if her birdie escapes, woo, go right into my house. Or if my birdie goes out, woo, right into her cage.
Of course we'll have tea at our wedding. It just won't be the Mad Hatter's tea party I had with Aubrey today.
For Shaw TV, where are the wedding bells?
Another tradition dating back hundreds of years is for a bride to carry a horseshoe covered in ribbons. So these days, an English bride will often sew a silver horseshoe into the hem of her wedding dress. It's a royal tradition. You're watching The Express, and we've got more fun facts for you coming up.
To say this one wouldn't work.
After the break.
Again, structure-wise, cushioning-wise, they're all going to do what I want them to do. It's just a matter.
Shoe shopping at Kintec in Port Moody.
You start explaining how an actual telescope works, and I'll start putting some of this stuff together.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Crafts at the H.R. McMillan Space Center. The Express. This is your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
Hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by the Lounge Hair Studio. LoungeHairStudio.com.
In war, children are the innocent casualties. Playground Builders creates play and hope for these innocent children. We do this by empowering locals. We create badly needed jobs to build safe playgrounds. This allows children to do what children are supposed to do, build childhoods. We cannot change the past, but we can influence the future. You can help too. Go to playgroundbuilders.org. Thank you.
We are kids. Wish kids.
10,000 kids.
We are brave.
We are strong.
We are fighters.
Some days are good, some days are bad.
Some of us make it.
Some of us don't.
My wish will make me strong.
The Children's Wish Foundation of Canada.
Does a wish make a difference?
You bet.
You bet.
Imagine the difference a wish can make.
Only 2 more needles till my wish.
Please give today.
Welcome back to The Express at Kintec in Port Moody. You know what they say, if the shoe fits, wear it. So you've got a couple suggestions for me.
Yes, based off the video that we took of you, the 3 that I would recommend most would be these ones here. Basically, between the brands, there's no performance or durability advantage. Each one just has its own different fit characteristics. Based off the measurements that we took, this one here would be the one that I would recommend trying first.
I like purple.
Not to say this one wouldn't work. Again, structure-wise, cushioning-wise, they're all going to do what I want them to do. It's just a matter of which one feels most comfortable on your foot.
Okay, and this one does match my outfit, so I guess I'll go with it.
As you can see, your foot is now a lot more neutral than it was in the video of barefoot. So with that amount of structure, we look good to go.
Good. You're happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
I'm
if you
happy.
are.
Now you just have to order them in pink or purple. All right, once you've found the shoe for you, it's time to get moving. Kintec also offers running clinics all around the Lower Mainland. They've got ones in Abbotsford and Maple Ridge later this month, and then in April, Surrey, Langley, North Van, and right here in Port Moody. Now, right now on The Express, we're going from shoes to space, learning how to make our very own telescopes at the H.R. McMillan Space Center.
Oh, hi there. It's Cam Cronin here at the H.R. MacMillan Space Center with astronomer Raminder. And you might wonder what exactly we're doing. Well, we're building our own telescope. And in fact, you too can build your own telescope. Now, will it be as good as, say, our 20-inch telescope?
No.
Will it be as good as the Hubble Space Telescope?
Maybe. No.
Probably not. But I can tell you one thing. Instead of costing, say, $38 million, we can show you how to make a really simple telescope for a little under $3. So, what do you need? Well, you need good old-fashioned magnifying glasses. And these are just kids' magnifying glasses that you might find at a corner store or a dollar store in a surprise pack. What we need to do is first is take the lenses out of those, and I've already sort of started that out. We just pop these out. And these lenses are convex. Yep. What does that mean?
So it means that they're curved outwards, and concave is the way I remember is concave, you can hold water.
And we're looking for the one that has sort of a bubble top to it. Now, how does an actual telescope work? You start explaining how an actual telescope works, and I'll start putting some of this stuff together.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
So there's two types of telescopes. There's the reflectors and refractors. But the ones we're making a refractor. It uses lenses. Reflectors, those are the ones that most astronomers use today. Those work with mirrors. They're the ones, like the one we have here at the H.R. MacMillan Space Center. We have a 20-inch telescope. That's a reflector. And the Hubble Space Telescope is a large reflector as well. So the way a refracting telescope works is that you have a lens at one end, such as this one right here, and then you have another lens at the other end. And what this lens does is that light comes in and it bends the light. It curves the light so that it focuses at a point. And then you have another lens at the end, and that makes the light bend that's coming in at an angle, like a cone. It turns those light rays into parallel lines, so when you see something, it's actually in focus.
Ta-da! So, there you go. Simple. One lens on one lens on the other. And again, using a one tube and a slightly smaller piece of tube, this is actually how you focus. Now, you might think this is a really simple, rudimentary type of telescope, but remember, in fact, Galileo used something similar to this, right?
It was very similar.
In fact, I have a Galilean telescope. Now this, of course, it's a little fancier. It's got some colors and stuff on it, but it has a lens on one end, correct? Yep. And an
eyepiece lens here.
Eyepiece on the other end, and it does exactly what we did with the homemade version. The other thing you can do, of course, is come down and visit us on a Friday or Saturday night. The observatory at the Space Center is open. It's free. Come down anytime after about 8 p.m. Best time, of course, is when the weather is clear, because then we actually open the dome. You can look through the telescope, and you might actually even get a chance to talk to Raminder. He might actually be here, although he's a really busy guy. So I'm Cam Cronin here at the H.R. MacMillan Space Center for the Express.
I'm Raminder Samra.
And keep those lenses pointed up to the sky.
The H.R. MacMillan Space Center has some more creative and educational stuff planned for their spring break camps, and you can get more information at spacecenter.ca. And what else is happening around the Lower Mainland? We've got your Express Spotlight. Build your self-awareness, connect with your community, and learn to dance all at the same time at Step It Up Movement for Growth and Change, happening every Sunday at Yoga on 7th. Vancouver farmers markets are about people who love fresh foods that sustain our land, our community, and our homes. Pick up your fresh local produce, bread, and more at your local winter farmers market. Want to know the difference between a Merlot and a Cabernet, and what wines best pair with what foods? This is your opportunity to develop the 3 senses of wine appreciation: sight, smell, and taste, while savoring delicious wine. There's also a new art exhibit at Burnaby's Japanese National Canadian Museum. We're going to leave you with scenes from that, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.